Hello, Canada, Alberta, and Western Canada. I just, Global Migrant Compact UK. Guess who shows up on scene? Gabby Lodolf from Lush, the cosmetic brand that boycotted Alberta oil sands, all of that. So we're into child trafficking and child labor. And of course, all of a sudden, Gabby pops up there and she's giving a presentation and talking about all the lobbying and boycotting they do. And then they're in Africa, right? She runs the African system. And so I say, hi, my daughters really love Lush. However, over 200,000 people out of work in Alberta, the region. And I go on to explain the difference for UK companies. I go on to explain the difference for UK companies and the United Kingdom as 5 UN member states with a UNSC permanent seat and a position of power that a country like Canada will never have. It's one UN state. Sorry, I should have turned my notifications off. Now everybody's going to call me. So Canada, the UN state with all these regions, they, sorry, now people are flashing at me here. Okay, so Canada and all their regions are unable to get that same power, meaning when you take on a region of a UN state, the UN state has full power over it. So the actions, it's easy, and for a country or even companies like Lush to say what they say with that UNSC power behind them, and they're absolutely in the UN state wherever they operate. That's how it works, but not for companies out of regions of UN states. Much different on a multinational stage. And they don't understand that. And then she goes on to say, well, these regions are backwards, so they haven't caught up to the rest of the world or the UK. It's like the USA and Russia don't operate like that. And that's the problem here. And that's the education. And I imparted that on Gabby and a lot of other UK companies, top CEOs. We'll see what they think of all that. I don't know everybody. But it's crazy. It's crazy. The UK really views that superiority. They see their system as golden. That's how the world works. And they're an island of 5 countries, densely populated, all mixed into one United Kingdom. And the travesties they've committed all over the world. And then they sit there and they act like somehow, everyone's to adopt their system. I can tell you this right now. Russia Federation and the United States of America will never, ever in a million years adopt the United K system of small c and an absolute zero regionalist system. Now, it's why the global initiative of cities, they're all going through the UK system. That's how they're getting away from the constitutionality of the provinces, which are regions. I'm going to let you all go. Next video, I promise, I'm going to turn off all notifications because now everybody wants to talk to me and it's ruining all my videos. Important video nonetheless. Learn the difference here. I'm trying really hard today. My next session starts in 20 minutes, but I'm trying really hard. Man, oh man. Everybody's important, right? My next session, though, I'm going to keep continuing to impart this education, at least to the UK multinationals. Try to get it out to the government. The first session I did today, early this morning, was terrific. I got government officials from the UK. USA was there from New York. And as well as one former Soviet country. So we'll see. I like having this stage. It's tremendous. I hope, if anything, it imparts education, at least to the United Kingdom, at least to some of these multinationals, that things you do in other countries in the name of your country and you think that system's perfect, that is not how a lot of the world operates. A lot of the democratic countries don't operate that way. And they're only going to alienate themselves with Brexit. If they go out, they're going, no, 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 my system, my way, understand me. And this is a great education for me, especially from these multinational United Kingdom companies. You really get to learn why they operate the way they do, why they think that the things they do is great, and maybe, just maybe, a little piece of the narrative of how regions actually work, because the UK has forgotten. They don't have regions anymore. It's cities and UN states, 5 of them. That's all UK is. They've lost the concept of regions. And, that CEO, Gabby, she's younger than me, you know what I mean? So she's not born even in the time that would been in her education. Probably doesn't even know or has the concept of provinces, regions, thinks it's backwards, and that's a major CEO of a big multinational, right? And let's just hope more and more companies like AstraZeneca, boy, they didn't take too kindly to me. They were out the door pretty fast. 5 companies left on the first panel introductory. As soon as I got going, they were out the door. But it's nonetheless, it's important. The work being done today is important. You're not forgotten, Western Canada, and we're going to remind the UK that you are alive and well, and that these systems of governance are not backwards. It's called Big C constitutionalism. USA's been tremendous on it, #1 nation in the world. Russia's tremendous on it, even though USA and Russia battle back and forth. They're both tremendous in their own ways. A lot of people just don't know, and that's because of USA and Russia going at each other so hard the way they do. But that's my video today. Get it shared out. I might do another one. We'll see how it goes. It's getting better and better, and at least there's now some governance and UN representation in UK that's going, maybe we better start looking at some of this stuff. I hope they do. I don't know, but at least somebody's out there doing the work. Bye now, everybody. You won't find any Canadian government officials there because they're all under the back pocket. Bye now.